I thought I was just chasing a crypto rumor, but instead I uncovered a secret $17 million XRP bet by an insurance company, and the twist behind it might just change how you think about crypto. Now, from an insurance giant's stealthy crypto move to me turning some smartphones into a crypto earning network on my desk, this journey is going to get pretty wild. So, I'm just scrolling through crypto news, right? And I stumble on this headline about Reliance Global Group, a Nasdaq-listed insurance tech company, quietly adding XRP to its treasury. There's no big fanfare, just a subtle kind of press release. Naturally, of course, my eyebrows are hitting the ceiling. I mean, why would an insurance firm suddenly buy millions of dollars worth of XRP? According to their release, it's part of building a diversified portfolio of cryptocurrencies alongside Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. Now, they said that it fits their long-term strategy of balancing innovation with stability and value. Sounds fancy, but basically, they don't want to miss out on crypto, and they're picking coins that actually do something. Now, they specifically called out XRP's superpower in cross-border payments, moving money across the world in seconds, as a big reason for the move. Now, XRP is fast, has super low fees, and is built to handle thousands of transactions per second. In fact, they're filing notes that it can settle in 3 to 5 seconds. Now, the company's CEO even gave a statement saying, essentially, XRP offers speed, efficiency, and proven value in global payments. So we're on board. Now, this isn't some meme coin gamble. They're clearly seeing the XRP as a serious, utility-driven play. Now, here is where it gets really interesting. This news wasn't even widely known at first. The announcement happened on September 30th, that nobody really even noticed until an attorney in the XRP community, this is Bill Morgan, brought it to everyone's attention on X. Now, Morgan did some digging and estimated the purchase around $17 million worth of XRP. That's a lot of crypto for the company that, as far as most people knew, had nothing to do with Ripple or XRP. So of sorts, the XRP army on social media kind of went into a bit of a frenzy. And get this, Morgan doesn't think that Reliance brought all of the XRP just to kind of stash it away like digital gold. He suspects there's actually a bigger plan at play, maybe something directly tied to their insurance business, possibly using XRP's technology for tokenized insurance policies or blockchain-based insurance payments down the line. Just imagine paying your insurance premium or receiving a claim payout via XRP or a stablecoin on the XRP Ledger, instantly, across borders, with super low fees. It sounds futuristic, but it's not far-fetched when you see what other companies have been doing. Because here's the kicker, Reliance isn't the first to follow this playbook. Morgan pointed out others. For example, a company called VivoPower, also Nasdaq listed, raised $121 million in April just to build an XRP treasury. A few months later, they announced a payment system where customers could buy their electronic vehicles using an XRPL-backed stablecoin, that's RLUSD. In other words, they loaded up on XRP, then actually used XRP's technology in their own business. Then there's Wellgistics Health. They actually set aside $50 million in XRP and started leveraging the XRP Ledger for instant low-cost payments in their operations. And even a Chinese automaker, Webus, quietly accumulated XRP and then rolled out an XRPL-based payment system for their cars and services. Do you see the trend? It's like these companies are arming themselves up with XRP first, and then announcing the cool blockchain integration later. So now I'm looking at Reliance Global Group and thinking to myself, What's the play here, right? They're an insurance company. Are they planning a blockchain platform for insurance on the XRP Ledger? Maybe some kind of tokenized insurance contracts where the policy is, or the claim is actually represented as a token that moves as fast as an XRP transaction. My imagination, of course, is running a bit wild, but there are some logics here that can be applied. Those other companies did almost exactly the same pattern. By the way, our free educational Discord community was all over this discussion when the news broke, so shout out to you guys. Right now, if you haven't already joined us there, the link is in the description below. It's a great place to nerd out about all things crypto and crypto news just like this. You can ask your questions and you can share ideas. Now, we caught wind of Reliance's XRP move early and the theory started flying. Some folk think that this actually could pave the way for real-time insurance claim settlements on the blockchain. It's speculative, sure, but it's also a kind of cool kind of speculation nonetheless. Now, before I get too excited, let me drop a necessary truth bomb, right? Because this might just shock you, but I'm not a financial advisor and nothing in this video is financial advice. Cryptocurrencies are highly volatile and you could lose all of the money that you invest. You should always do your own research and consult a qualified professional. After all, your investments are entirely your responsibility and you should know that nothing is ever guaranteed when it comes to investing. Neither I, this channel, nor YouTube are liable for any losses, and this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. All right, we got that out of the way. We had to do it. Now, am I telling you to go and buy XRP because an insurance company did? No, right? But what I am saying is, fascinating to see this kind of adoption quietly actually happening. Now, it's not just day traders and crypto bros, it's actually insurance firms, healthcare companies, car manufacturers. They're all tiptoeing into crypto in very calculated ways. That's something worth paying attention to. And it's not just the big players having all of the fun here. While I was deep down the rabbit hole on this Reliance story, I also stumbled upon something at the kind of grassroots level that I've got to share with you guys. It's kind of like the flip side of the same coin, because if Reliance is using crypto to innovate in insurance, there are people using crypto to shake up another huge industry, the telecommunications. Let me introduce you to Unity. Now, this is a project that honestly made me do a bit of a double take. Now, it claims that you can turn your ordinary smartphones into a part of a global network and you can earn crypto from it. Yes, you heard that right. Essentially, with Unity, you install an app on your phone and it will make these kind of periodic kind of verification calls to test the coverage and the health of the telecommunications grid. So each time that your phone does one of those little kind of network quality audits, the results get recorded on a blockchain for transparency, and you get a small reward or crypto reward for doing it. Now, it's kind of like a crypto mining, but instead of crunching math problems, you're actually checking cell tower signals. It's pretty wild, right? Now, I know that it sounds a little complex, so let me kind of break it down in simpler terms, right? Think of the telecom companies, your AT&Ts, your Vodafones, your O2s, right? They need to constantly monitor their networks for issues, dropped calls, dead zones, etc. Unity, it creates a decentralized army of regular people's phones to do that monitoring for them. Now, your phone is basically becoming a tiny little network probe. And if it finds a problem, let's say there's no signal in a spot where there should actually be a signal, but it logs that issue on an immutable timestamp on the blockchain, right? Using the world mobile chain nonetheless, which is part of the Cardano ecosystem. Now, this creates a verifiable record of network issues. That information is absolutely really valuable to carriers and they essentially pay for it. And that payment goes to you guys or to me running these phones, right? The person running the application, and you get paid in crypto rewards. It's a win-win situation, right? The telecoms network get crowdsourced data to improve their service, and users get paid for helping out. And importantly, Unity isn't launching some sketchy new token for this, right? You can choose to be paid in established cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano's ADA, and XRP, among others, of course. Now, that part actually really hooked me in because they're leveraging existing ecosystems rather than creating a new token that might skyrocket and crash the next day. It feels more sustainable and, frankly, more appealing to those of us who trust BTC or Ethereum or even XRP rather than some random new coin. So, you guessed it, right? I didn't just read about Unity nodes, I jumped right in. Here's full disclosure, I actually purchased one of their Unity Mast Node NFTs. You can call me an early adopter or maybe just crazy. Now, it did set me back $5,000, and that node NFT, it comes with 200 licenses to let me run up to 200 different devices, or phones in this case, and I can connect them to the network under my node's umbrella. Now, I'm obviously not going to be running 200 phones all at once. I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy and I'm not that rich just yet, right? But I am planning to run a small kind of test fleet, these 10 phones right here that I have on my desk, once the Unity app goes live, of course. Now, I want to see this thing in action on a smaller scale. Picture these 10 phones on my desk just quietly dialing out to verify call cell signals across various different carriers. My own little mini crypto-powered test lab. And remember those crypto rewards? Well, I get to choose what crypto I earn from my Unity node. Now, personally, I'm probably going to be looking to split my rewards between Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, and XRP. A little diversification even in my rewards. Why not? Maybe I'll even earn a little Bitcoin for checking, AT&T's network. Who knows, right? Again, I'm not expecting to get rich from this. For me, it's more part of being a part of the experiment, maybe part supporting a network that I find rather intriguing. Now, it's important that you do your own research if any of this kind of piques your interest. Just because I threw some money at this does not mean that you should. I read their entire light paper, their technical overviews, and I spent time tinkering with their rewards calculator to estimate my returns, at least what they might be. Those resources are public. I'll link them in the description down below so that you can check them out for yourself. That reward calculator is seriously interesting because I think there's a lot of people that could look at this as a new 9 to 5. But seriously, never jump into this kind of thing blindly. I'm treating this as a learning experience, and okay, I'm a little bit hopeful about earning some decent crypto on the side. Now, what I love about the Unity nodes and why I'm talking about it here is how it ties back to the much bigger picture, right? It's the same theme as the Reliance story. It's a real-world use case for crypto and blockchain happening right under our noses. Now, in one case, it's an insurance company potentially reinventing how it handles policies or payments using crypto. And in another, it's a whole bunch of crypto geeks like me changing how we monitor and maintain telecoms networks. Both are about taking something traditionally centralized or slow and making it decentralized or faster, or in some cases both with blockchain technology. And none of this is front page news on mainstream media. Right? It's not flashy or scandalous, which is exactly why most people miss it. Mass adoption might not look like everyone's suddenly buying groceries with Bitcoin. Instead, I think it looks more like this: companies quietly integrating crypto into their back-end processes to improve efficiency, and communities of individuals using crypto's technology to solve everyday problems in new ways. It's almost sneaky how crypto is creeping into everyday life. Now, for me, discovering these stories was a bit of a wake-up call, right? While a lot of people are distracted by the latest meme coin or the next Bitcoin price spike, there's this whole other story that is unfolding, where crypto is actually being useful. Now, an insurance firm building an XRP war chest to maybe someday streamline insurance, and a project literally paying people to improve cell networks with their phones. Now, this is the kind of stuff that gets me out of bed in the morning, and trust me here, right? I'm not a morning person. So, what do you think? Are we on the brink of a new wave of crypto adoption that hardly anyone is actually noticing? I feel like we might just be. It's kind of gradual, under the radar progress that could suddenly hit an inflection point, right? Maybe a year from now, I'll be kind of making a follow-up video saying, see, I told you so. Or maybe I'll just be saying, well, that was a bit of a bust. Either way, it won't be boring. Now, before I wrap up here, here's a quick heads up. Right, if you're looking for a platform to trade crypto, I use Blowfin for some of my trading. There's an affiliate link that's in the description. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it does support the channel here if you do decide to use it. So thank you in advance and happy trading. Now, if you've enjoyed coming down this rabbit hole with me, from the insurance giant's secret XRP stash to my crazy phone network experiment, then you can do me a favor by hitting that like button, hitting the subscribe button too. Now, I promise I'm going to keep sharing the most interesting and game-changing and sometimes bizarre adventures that I find in the crypto space. So, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.